Hey everyone, this is Isaac here, and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2023. What is there for me to say about a director like Christopher Nolan? From his deep, thought-provoking character studies to his unconventional narrative structures to his sweeping cinematography to his rich thematic approach to concepts like life and time, Nolan has quickly become one of the most high-profile directors of the modern era alongside the likes of Steven Spielberg, Denis Villeneuve, and Martin Scorsese. So this brings us to his latest project and one of his most ambitious ones yet, Oppenheimer. It had a lot going for it leading up to its release, but suffice to say, I was hooked. And one of the most surprising things it had going for it was the whole Barbenheimer trend, since the Barbie movie decided to release on the same day as it. But after some carefully conducted research, I decided that Oppenheimer would be the best movie to watch first. And I'd say I made a great choice, because honestly, I'm still trying to process what I watched. But I'll do my best to explain it for this video. If you don't know who J. Robert Oppenheimer is, he's the father of the atomic bomb, best known for the grammatically incorrect but still chilling quote,
"Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
And this movie focuses on his involvement in the top-secret Manhattan Project, where he and a team of scientists develop and design the atomic bomb. Their work finally comes to fruition in 1945, and they would soon witness the world's first nuclear explosion, forever changing the course of history. This movie makes it abundantly clear that for better or for worse, Oppenheimer was one of the most important people to have ever lived, but it's also not afraid to delve into the more human side of the man behind the bomb. And I must say, Cillian Murphy knocked it out of the park in his portrayal of Robert. While the Oscars may likely be getting affected by the ongoing actors' strike, he is an extremely strong contender for Best Actor. And the rest of the actors are also phenomenal, such as Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, and Robert Downey Jr. Even the actors with smaller roles like Tom Conti and Gary Oldman were great and still played into the overall narrative of the story even with their minimal screen time. Speaking of this movie's narrative, let's talk more about it because it is absolutely worth talking about. Once again, Christopher Nolan excels in the writing and directing, and his script is very thought-provoking and intelligent. And believe it or not, despite this movie being a staggering 3 hours long, I barely felt the runtime thanks to Nolan's superb filmmaking, and the build-up to the Trinity test and the fallout from it, no pun intended, kept me on the edge of my seat. I guess now's a good time for me to bring up that I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX, and I'd say that was an excellent choice on my part. Per Nolan's standards, the cinematography was gorgeous, and the set design and costume design were also really good. And regarding the Trinity test scene, well, I was gonna have to talk about it eventually, and now is that eventually. One of the most notable aspects of Nolan's filmography is his extensive use of practical effects, and how he only uses CGI if absolutely necessary, and that extends to Oppenheimer where there were no CGI shots whatsoever. Yes, that includes the nuke scene, although despite what I said at the end of my Ruby Gillman review, they didn't actually drop a nuke for this movie because that would probably classify as a war crime along with a slew of OSHA violations. They did use a lot of pyrotechnics though, so there's that. But yeah, even without a bunch of over-the-top CGI like a lot of major blockbusters nowadays, visually speaking, this movie looks incredible, and the sound design is just, You know, I feel really bad for the people sitting near the front of the IMAX theater I was in, because even though I was sitting toward the middle of the theater, I still felt the intensity of the nuke, and my ears honestly kinda hurt a little afterward. Anyways, in conclusion, Oppenheimer was certainly worth all the hype it got leading up to its release. It's an introspective look into the life of the man the movie was titled after with a lot of emotion and tension, not to mention some top-notch production values. I can already say with certainty that fans of Christopher Nolan's previous works are gonna love this one, as I'd say it's one of his best works yet. It was certainly a worthy contender for Barbie, but ultimately, it'd become the better movie. 10 out of 10. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, subscribe for more like this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!